Oh, hey team. It's loading. Can you hear me? There needs to be something where it's like pre-live and it gives you the countdown and it tells you everything. Like it tells you whether the sound's on and whether everything's in order and whether people like. That would be ideal. I have purple in my hair, guys. It's sort of faded to lavender now. The lady told me that it was gonna fade out after a few washes. After a lot of washes, she told me. But it's only been a few and it's already starting to fade. But I like it. I think it's like a cute little light, like a hint of purple without being too overpowering. Nobody wants a giant head of purple hair. Some people do. Hey, like what you like, do what you do. Who am I to judge? Guys, today I need to get a tripod for the camera too. Maybe I'll do that for next time. But want to talk about a few things. I'm going to start doing these Facebook lives bi-weekly. I'm really excited. I'm going to do another one week after next, and each time I'm going to like field topics from you guys on Instagram and on Twitter and see what you guys want to hear me blab about, and then I'm going to blab about those topics and then do some like Q&As and that kind of stuff, and I think it's going to be fun, a fun little safe space for all of us. So the first thing I want to talk about is how I met one of my best friends, one Miranda Cosgrove. She, arguably my best friend. I think she knows me. She and my other friend whose wedding I was in this past weekend, her name's Allison, both of them know me so intimately and so well, and they know the worst parts of me and the best parts of me, and same for me to them, and it's really great to have that level of openness and honesty in a friendship. So Miranda, I met her when I was 14, I think I was 14, she was 13, and I had gone to a screen test for iCarly, and she already had the role. At that point, my character's name was Kira, was not Sam, and she was, her character's name was Sam, weirdly enough. So I went to the screen test, and I saw her, she was sipping a Coca-Cola, and I was wearing those zip-off pants from Limited 2, and I thought, like, oh god, she's so funny, like, I already knew her from Drake and Josh, and I was nervous to be acting with her, and I thought, oh, I hope I do well, I hope she likes me, and then we went and do the screen test, and we had to, like, hug in the scene or something, and she had to, like, pull my shirt back, and she was, I don't remember many of the lines, but I just remember kind of the vibe, and doing the scene with her, I felt like we had chemistry immediately for acting, and then talking in between the takes, we were laughing, because we're both, 13 years old in front of these rows of executive producers and network people and these suits, and there we are, just kids, trying to have fun and be silly and do acting, so it was great to have that, like, very humanized child-like moment with her, and that's kind of something I'll never forget, and I think that's an honesty that has lasted in our friendship, and a connection that has lasted in our friendship. I'm sorry, I had to do a sidebar to answer this question because it's really interesting. They asked if I had to marry a cartoon character, who it would be. I would say Peter Pan, or Shmi, or Roger Rabbit. I love cartoon characters. Oh, or Flounder. I've had so many weird, probably unhealthy crushes on cartoon characters since I was little. I remember I would watch cartoons and I'd be like, Stitch, give me some of that. But I would have the thought and not be able to connect. Like, I would feel like it was weird that I had a crush on a cartoon character, but not be able to connect that I thought it was weird, so I just wouldn't tell anybody about my cartoon character crushes, and they would just, like, perpetuate, and then I'd become, like, more and more consumed with Stitch, or whomever the crush was on at the time, and then only recently did I said, like, at a dinner table conversation, I was like, guys, I had a huge crush on Flounder growing up, and they were like, oh, no, everybody has crushes on cartoon characters, you're not special, like, calm down, McCurdy, you're not that unique. But, yeah, I love cartoon character crushes. Who are your guys' cartoon character crushes? I'm curious. Do you guys like more cutesy cartoon characters, or do you like more macho ones? The person who told me, like, everybody has a crush on a cartoon character told me that their cartoon character crush was Johnny Bravo. If you guys remember that show, I think it was on Cartoon Network. And he was absolutely the furthest thing from a cartoon character crush for me. I found him so up his own ass and so conceited. I was like, ugh, I did not like Johnny Bravo at all. Anyway, enough of that little sidebar tangent. Moving on. Guys, I'm really excited. I have a brand new website. It launched this week. It's my name, Jennette McCurdy. I don't know why you'd be watching this if you didn't know my name, but for those of you who don't know my name, it's jennettemccurdy.com, and there's so much stuff that you can do on the website. I'm really proud of it. I didn't design the website. My friend designed it, but with the amount of pride that I feel about the website, you'd think I did. I think it's a place that's going to be really fun for those of you guys who support me. Thank you. I think it's a nice hub, and I haven't really had a website for a while. Before this, it was just kind of a splash page, and it was kind of boring. There wasn't really much to do, and now my website's like a community, a place where you can do fun stuff and hang out with other McCurdians and hopefully ultimately be entertained or feel some sort of a human connection, because if you don't get that, then what's the point? So check out the website, jennettemccurdy.com, and also something about that I want to touch on is that I have a blog on the website called Going Mental, and it's just like for me to kind of shoot the shit and talk about fun mind stuff. So if you guys want to send me some topics here on comment on this live video with what topic ideas you think sound fun, please do that. I'd love to get your ideas and kind of get some thoughts generated in terms of what you would like to see and what seems the most enjoyable. And yeah, part of my website too, you can see like what projects I'm working on, which is exciting for me because I am very passionate about writing and directing. I write all the time, and I have since I was little. I wrote my first screenplay. It was a masterpiece, and by masterpiece I mean a complete devastating pile of shit. I wrote it when I was 10, and from that moment I was like, I like writing scripts. It was very fun. I had already acted at that point, but that was the only part of the entertainment industry that I knew. So then, for me to kind of follow my passion when I was little and to start writing, that always made me feel great and kind of fueled my fire and gave me a different feeling of creativity than I got from acting. Acting was more liberating in some senses, but more just totally different. For me, writing is like my passion because I get to say the things that I want to say versus articulating somebody else's words that they say. There's more control in writing is what I'm trying to say, and I'm a control freak, so I like that. And what else? I'm thinking. Somebody just said, watch your mouth, kids look up to you. And I want to say, I appreciate the kids who look up to me, and I appreciate anybody who does look up to me, but also I really stand by the fact that I'm going to say cuss words here and there. That's just who I am. I say shit. I say ass. Like, I don't want to edit myself because then I feel like I'd be giving you a fake version of me, and that's just not going to work at all. That would feel contrived and gross and manipulative, and I'd feel like that just wouldn't be good. So I'm gonna do me, but hey, you do you, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. What can you do? Somebody asked if I speak Spanish. No, I don't. I wish I spoke Spanish. That'd be great. A few of my friends speak Spanish, and it's so beautiful. And I've tried to pick up words here and there, but I'm horrible at linguistics, and I can't remember. Yeah, I feel like I have a pretty good memory, but you would never know it by how I memorize or don't memorize languages. It's bad. I think that's all. I have like notes behind me. That's why my eyes are reverting. I'm not. You have my full attention. Oh yeah, I guess another thing that I kind of want to talk about is just like adulthood and growing up. Do you personally run your Facebook fan page? Oh no, your comment. I'm seeing part of your comment and it's like going. I missed it. I'm sorry. I wanted to talk about adulthood and just kind of growing up. I'm 24, with a baby face. No, I'm 24, and I think it's like an interesting time. It's an interesting age. I love it. I think I feel more. I'm having more fun than I've had in my life before. I feel like stress is just something that I have more of a handle on. My emotions are something I have more of a handle on. I'm feeling a different quality of life than I felt before, especially my adolescence. My adolescents were ridden with anxiety and just really I had no grasp on how to handle my emotions, and I was just stressed out all the time. And it I can look back on my adolescence with fond memories, of course, but at the same time, it was kind of a pain. I didn't really have like a ton of great supportive friends. I didn't really have a trustworthy like adult support system around me, so it was just kind of confusing. And those years, I think your years of adolescence can be pretty rocky, and I would say that mine definitely lined up with that. So now I'm happy to be in my 20s and to be in charge of myself and pointing my life in the direction that I want it to go, and working hard and surrounding myself with people that are uplifting and kind and good for my health. That's like the best thing in the world. Another thing about adulting, I guess, is like the term people are using that I think is kind of lame, but so yet I use it, so I must not think it's that lame. I'm a huge hypocrite. I feel like adulting is it's kind of stressful at times, a little bit, and it's less stressful than like sad. Like it's kind of nostalgic. I'm noticing that I'll feel really grateful for everything in my life and where like what I have around me, and like I said, the people and whatever I have to be grateful for. I'll feel genuine like overwhelming gratitude, but at the same time I feel so nostalgic because I'm saying goodbye to like the past and these past versions of myself that I'll never get back. Growing up is kind of just melancholy, I guess, inherently. But before I start crying, I think it's better. There's more good to it than bad. And I'm excited for these next steps. And for me, adulting looks like more liberating. Looks like a freer version of whatever you were before. I don't think adulting means I've got to like start like fucking wearing suits all the time. Sorry. I'm clearly very casual, but I think it just means I get to do what I want on my terms as long as I'm treating people nice and fair and following my standards, which I think are another important benchmark for our lives. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to do a couple shout outs, and then I'll see you again 2 weeks from now. I'm going to be doing another Facebook Live then, trying to stay consistent and on top of these. Oh, thank you so much to Lisa M. Linton Davis. That's really nice. Thank you very much, Ron McKenney. I appreciate your support. You guys are really sweet. Hello, Itzel. Cecilia Casey. Yeah, absolutely. I'll definitely share more with you guys as time goes on. I felt like, I feel like I'll tiptoe into that. I definitely want to share and be vulnerable with my fans. That's important to me, and with the people who support me, because, like I said, I want you to know the true me and not some like weird false thing, because then I feel like the connection would just be fake. But at some point at the right time, I'll definitely be more open with you guys, and I hope that you'll be supportive, and I hope that we can kind of bond over it. Thanks, Andres. That's really nice. Somebody said, I'm learning to be mature myself. I would have rather have my individuality than lose it. Would you have yours? That's from Tyron Howerton. Yes, I think nonconformity is so important. And I think you can be mature and you can also be nonconformist. I don't think that that one negates the other. I think they can work hand in hand. So best of luck. Thank you, Terry and Faria. Thanks, Brian. Carlos is saying that all depends. Adulting has a lot of ups and downs. Patience is key. Determination and focus is the path. Keep your head high. Stay true to yourself and don't try to please everyone. Who is this? Oh my goodness. Carlos, you are sweet and smart and kind. That comment is like the best. Oh, it makes me so happy. Sarah Nickerson, hey, thanks. I'm so glad you and your boyfriend are enjoying it. Mario, you met me at Paramount Skating Arena and you think you're in love. Wow, okay. Elliot Aerosmith, that's really sweet. Thank you so much. You guys, you're kind words, seriously. Like, I think sometimes look, my eyes are like a little watery. Maybe I'm in an emotional state today or something. It's part of growing up and being a woman. You're more emotional. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate your comments. See you again in 2 weeks. And thanks for the love and support. I wish you all, I want to say I bid you all good eats, that thing that Alton Brown used to say on his show. But yeah, I guess that works. I bid you all good eats. I hope you have some great meals between this Facebook Live and the next one. Peace, guys.